I return with yet another character design video. How many of these can I do? Infinite. I really like character design, and I know a lot of people struggle with it. I am by no means an expert, I just enjoy sharing my process, because I know that seeing how others create can be really helpful for learning what style of creating fits you. Also, sometimes you just want a random video on in the background. I can be that. Let me be that. Today I'm designing a team of magical girls, because if you somehow haven't noticed by now, magical girls are my jam. Also, I wanted to do a couple of mini comics with an idea I had, and you can't have a story without characters. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can. Ignore that statement. First up is the team leader, who for now I will call Sun. Sun is unconfident, shy, and doesn't really want to lead or be involved in the magical girl business at all. She's more concerned about college apps and graduating. She hates the magical tattoo she got from her contract, and she really doesn't understand why she got stuck fighting evil. I ended up giving her a petite frame to emphasize how small she tries to make herself, and to make her look a little younger despite being a high school senior. I was most confident in her design because I wanted her to be more classically magical girl looking. Sun's costume is very prototypical magical girl, because it is what she believes she should look like as a defender of Earth, and it's sort of a constant reminder to her of how she's not very good at being the leader. I pulled a lot of cues from Lolita fashion for her general look, but mostly the collar, sleeves, and hair. I also considered giving them gloves or wrist cuffs to cover their marks and their magical forms, but I decided it would make more sense plot-wise for the marks to remain uncovered. As much as I love the symbolism of gloves and their association with hiding identity, it didn't make sense with how I wanted their powers to work. The second girl, Moon, came around because I wanted a tattooed magical girl who wouldn't mind getting a free tat in exchange for magical powers. Sort of the opposite of Sun. She's cool, calm, collected, and generally makes more of a spectacle of herself than Sun likes. I considered giving her a leotard or a long skirt, but I decided the poofy shorts fit both her personality and the team aesthetic better. I made the tails on her collar, bib, thingamabob long like a sort of cape that would reintroduce the flowiness a skirt would have provided. I imagine her fighting style would be very smooth and deliberate, so I wanted part of her costume to be able to reflect that movement in battle. The idea for the earrings originally came from messing with Moon's piercings, and it ended up being a feature I liked enough to carry into the other two girls' designs. The last girl, Star, came about because I had been thinking about a gamer magical girl for a while. It just kind of got stuck in my head. I gave her a more masculine frame to push her familiarity with fighting, and just to change it up a little. In general, I made her costume a little more angular to reflect her brash personality and the sharper appearance of her symbol, but I still attempted to keep her outfit similar enough to the rest of the team that you could tell they belonged together. You might have noticed I considered giving her a futuristic earpiece and bigger boots more in line with, mecha art, but I decided it set her apart too much from the rest of the team. Her armbands also ended up becoming the sleeves of her undershirt instead of being detached. In my initial sketches, she was very nerdy and soft, but I ended up liking her better as a loud, sort of goofy student who just thought magic sounded cool. Most of the hairstyles I tried for her ended up leaning too close to the soft and nerdy image she began with, but the one I settled on fit her messy tomboyish personality exactly how I wanted it to. For colors, I ended up creating two small gradient palettes to pick from, one lighter with slightly warmer tones, and one darker with cooler tones. I tried picking mostly from the lighter palette for Sun, but I made her costume have a large dark area in the skirt because, again, her trouble leading, and just to help balance out the brights in the rest of her costume. Moon's colors came almost exclusively from the dark palette because of her association with the moon and night. Star's colors leaned more towards the lighter side, but I put some of those dark colors in with her boots, because stars aren't super bright. To us. Anyway, I know they're bright. Both she and Moon have silver accents instead of the gold that Sun gets to differentiate her as the team leader. Once I was satisfied with the girls' looks both individually and as a team, I moved on to designing their weapons, but that's a video for another day. For now, I hope just breaking down my process has helped or interested you in some way, or at least given you something to drown out with whatever else you're doing. Thank you.